There we go. There's the Casper doggy. Good morning, good morning. We're getting ready for coffee with Casper in about 2.5 minutes. We're checking to see that we're on FaceTime and YouTube. Facebook and YouTube. Yep, there we're live on Facebook. That means we're live on YouTube. We are glad you are here. All right. Let me know where you are, where you're checking in from. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. This is Casper. I got my coffee. We're going to have coffee with Casper. That's what we're doing. You're going to spill my coffee. Be careful. Be careful. Let me know where you are, where you're checking in from. We're glad you're here. Carol is here. Nice to see you. All righty. We're going ourselves in about 1 minute. Let me know where you are, where you're checking in from. We are live with Coffee with Casper. In 1 minute, we're going to gong ourselves in. You're quiet out there today. Nobody typing. There, we got somebody there. Here we go. Getting ready. Well, good morning from Moore Park. The Reverend Tricia Klink is here this morning. Yay, yay, yay. All righty. According to me, it's 8:30 in the morning. We're going live with Coffee with Casper right now. Here we go. Pam, welcome Pam from Napa, Sonoma, Mendocino counties up there north. All right, we're going to take a big deep breath in. We're going to let out the sound ah as we exhale and relax the shoulders. Here we go. Big deep breath in. Relaxing the shoulders. And that tone, just resonating, is to remind us that we're all putting out a signal. Good morning, Pam. Nice to see you this morning. Reverend Tricia and Pam are with us this morning so far. Here we go. Everybody will be checking in along the way. All right, one more big deep breath in. Relaxing the shoulders. And then bringing the energy up into our heart center. Good morning, Candace from Palm Desert. What that gong is reminding us, that tone that rings out, is that you and I are vibrational beings. That what we're doing with our consciousness, which is the sum total of everything we've ever. Good morning, Becky from South Carolina. Sorry about all the fires out there. We know about that problem in the world. And all of this is relevant to what's going on today. So the tone, you and I are creating a vibration. So when we become fearful or anxious, aloha from Honolulu, bright and early in the morning this morning. Good to see you, Ann, this morning. When we participate in fear, when we participate in doubt or wondering about the wellness of the world or the wellness of ourselves, You ever had, for example, if you sleep on your arm and all of a sudden your fingers fall asleep and you think, oh my God, what's happening? And what's happening is you fell asleep on your arm, and now you have to move your arm around to get the circulation back. It doesn't mean you're having a major health challenge. It means that you did something and now you have to adjust in order to get back to a quote-unquote normal state of consciousness. And what we want in a normal state of consciousness, and what we've been defining on Coffee with Casper, here's Casper, he wants to come up again and say hi to everybody. Okay. What we've been defining is that it is your consciousness that creates your experience. Your consciousness is the sum total of everything you've ever thought, said, done, or felt. And the only place we can control it, as we talked about it last week, the only place we control it is with our conscious mind. Spirit is conscious of itself. That which is source, that which is energy and matter, the whole enchilada, it is one thing. And it is conscious of itself. And whatever spirit knows is. Now, you and I are born in the image and likeness of that. So whatever it is we know, whatever it is we believe, not what we think believe, but what we're actually believing, the sum total of our consciousness, will be reflected back to us by the law of the circle, or the law of mind. That which we have made an impress upon the subjective field of creativity, that will come back to us as our experience, as the multi-dimensional levels of our experience. You are now and have always been a completely spiritual being. So now what we want to focus on is, how can I use my awareness of who and what I am to contribute to the world? Now let me remind you, no matter what's going on in the country, no matter what's going on in other nations, no matter who's at war, no matter who's fighting, these are all old ideas born of eons of separation from source. And all of the religions that created a way to tell you this is the path to spirit, this is the path to God or source, and you have to do it our way and there's no other way. And of course what we realize is there are hundreds of written religions and established religions that have been around for more than thousands of years, and hundreds of more that have been variations of the theme. And all of those religions believe they have the correct path. And that's fine. But what we're looking at is, in experience, is a world, a collective consciousness that is still living in fear and separation, instead of coming from the place where health, wealth, love, and success are normal. And that you were ordained to have fun living. We were born, as the philosopher Ernest Holmes said, we were born to have fun living, to consciously commune with the presence that is within and around us, right? And to grow and expand forever. So if we're not having fun living, if we're living from fear, then we're putting out the vibration of fear. That's lowering our vibration, the sum total of the vibration that's coming from us, which is impressing the law of the circle, which is returning to us. We are now and have always been connected to the infinite through the law of the circle. Whether you deny you're connected to the law of the circle, if you're a complete atheist and don't even believe there's anything else, it doesn't change the reality that what comes from you will return to you as your experience. So what we've done is we've woken up to the idea that there are eternal verities in life, that those eternal verities, health, wealth, love, beauty, freedom, peace, poise, power, grace, magnificence, they are eternal. They will all beauty. They will always be around. Now, there's also the other side of that coin, which is fear and doubt and rage and war and hate and prejudice, and those things are always in potential. But they were not what was intended. What was intended is that you live from the I am born in the image and likeness of the one. I am that I am. I am that which is whole, complete, and perfect. I am that which is spirit, soul, and body. And through my conscious awareness, any false beliefs which got into my subconscious or subjective mind, which have limited me, caused me to live in fear and doubt, those beliefs can be transplanted with your conscious mind toward a much bigger and higher idea. Now, let me remind all of us who are here today what it is that we came here to do. We came from the light. We came from the light. We put on a coat of skins. That's why we call it incarnation, in-fleshed, in meat, right? And we will change the coat of skins. We will return to the light, right? So when we came, we were already existent. I am, right? I am that which has come from the light, right? And now I am remembering that I came from the light. And now I'm remembering that I came from the light into that which is the human experience in order to make a contribution. In order to make a contribution in the world so the world would be better because I was here in it, right? Each of us has a right to make that contribution in our own unique way and to discover what that contribution might be by lifting our own vibration to the point where we are actually experiencing joy and happiness and peace and poise and abundance and health and all of the St. Ignatius's line, the glory of God is a human being fully alive. We are learning how to become fully alive, and we came at a time when billions and billions of souls knew that the earth and humanity were going through a big, huge cosmic change. We are leaving the Piscean age and moving into the age of Aquarius. And the age of Aquarius is an age in which we know who we are, and we are bringing that awareness into this dimension in order to help the race consciousness, the sum total of all human thinking, come to a new awareness about who and what they are, regardless of race, color, creed, prejudice, ways of being, or any other choice. Everyone is born in the image and likeness of what is known in the cosmos as Christ consciousness or Buddha awareness. As David Hawkins said, the highest vibrations known so far on the planet are Jesus and Buddha. And that awareness is cosmic consciousness, which doesn't leave us. We become aware of who and what we are as immortal spiritual beings. There's Reverend Dr. Jane Taggart, been teaching and doing great work in the world for decades and decades, along with me, as we have. And we're glad to have you here. Aloha, Jane. So I got a request. So today is based on a request from one of the light workers that participate with us in Coffee with Casper. You are one of those light workers, those who are vibrating near you and can enter into cosmic conversation with you about who and what we are in the world, and about ultimately the authority we have to liberate ourselves from the limitations of the race consciousness. Now, again, we are part of the race consciousness. We are not trying to fight the race consciousness. We are trying to live beyond the race mind so that we can contribute to an awakening race mind. Now, I have for a long time, decades, said it's not a good idea to wait for the race to wake up for you to wake up. You have a right to transcend the race mind and live. Hey, Dilip, all the way from Sri Lanka, nice to see you. Just had a birthday. Happy birthday, young man. 31 years old all of a sudden. So, and now doing great things in the hospitality business in Sri Lanka. And I know that Dilip would love to have you come visit him. If you want to make a trip to Sri Lanka, we'll put you in touch. Or you could find him here on Coffee with Casper. So here's the deal. I was sent a note, and the note said, there's so much fear in our country, it's palpable. There's so much fear in our country, it's palpable. Will you please address this? So today, The whole idea is to help us remember who we are, to remember what's the great thing, to keep the main thing, right? I came from the light in order to help bring to birth, to midwife, into the world a whole new age of awareness. What is required for us to do that is that we live from that whole new age of awareness. Not only do I have an I am consciousness, which we talk about all the time, your soul, as Meister Eckhart said in the 1200s, in the 13th century, he said your soul has two faces. One is gazing at the glory of God, and the other is directing the senses, guiding, guarding, protecting you, and leading you into the paths of your own fulfillment. Now, what has happened is that we cut off that connection. We didn't nurture that connection. And so for that which has been directing the senses, which has been called the neshama, the soul, the I am awareness, the I am consciousness, the nafsha in the Aramaic language that Jesus spoke, it has been directing. It's what the psalmist called the still small voice. Will you listen to the still small voice and let it guide you and lead you in the paths? Now, what we can do through our spiritual practice is remember that I am an immortal spiritual being, superior to my mind, to my body, and to my experience, right? And begin to live from that place. What is my I am consciousness that knows underneath, as it says in the Bible, as Moses said, underneath there are the underlying arms, that which holds you and keeps you and guides you. It's like, a trapeze artist, the net underneath, even if you fall, you're not going to get hurt because underneath there are the underlying arms. So what we need to do is daily through our mental, for our mindset, right? So our mindset means that we establish that I'm going to be an affirmative player in the world. We establish that I'm going to look for the good wherever it is, and I'm going to add to it. We establish that the I am consciousness is with me and therefore can transcend dangerous situations or even aggressive situations. We have the power to bring peace where there is hostility. We have the power to bring love where there is the presence of hate. We have the power to change the circumstances right in front of our eyes by means of intuning ourselves with the infinite and calling it into play. We are here to contribute to the race consciousness, but not to be bound by the race consciousness. We are one with the race consciousness, so you're going to feel the fears, the doubts, the anxieties. Particularly we're in a time when there's so much force, power in the world that is aimed at war, aimed at destruction, aimed at one overcoming the other. It can be very scary because we're aware of all of that. We read the newspapers, and we're not discouraging you from being in touch with the world or having your point of view about what's going on in the world. But we are drawing from the infinite. How do I bring into my life, and we have these 4 areas that Raymond Charles Barker in his wonderful teaching life left us. He said there are 4 areas in the human experience: health, wealth, love, and purpose. Health, wealth, love, and purpose. And we deserve to be in health. We deserve to be propelled by love, not only in love and surrounded by love, but propelled by love, right? Health, wealth, love, and fulfillment, that I have every right to be successful in whatever it is my intention is to be. Now, again, many of us have chosen different careers and have found different ways to bring money and substance into our lives. But you didn't come here as a life worker just to get money and substance. You came from the light in order to be part of the light workers in this dimension, bringing forth an awakening world, bringing forth an awakened world. And so if we keep the main thing, good morning, Alejandro from Burbank, nice to see you. If we keep the main thing, which is I came from the light in order to bring light, and therefore I'm putting all of my attention not on the things of the world to bring me success, not on this deal or this path or that path, but rather that my relationship in the one, that voice that is guiding me, is getting clearer and louder. I'm listening to it, I'm following it, and I'm bringing it into expression, looking at the mirror of my own expression in health, wealth, love, and purpose, and seeing how I'm doing. And wherever that area is weak, making an adjustment. Baby steps toward the changes that you want to make in all four of those areas of your life. And if daily you wake up and tune yourself with the infinite, and then direct the infinite, this needs to be clarified, this needs to be healed, this needs to be adjusted, we will find through the activities of our life, whether it's going to work or folding the laundry, or putting the dishes in the dishwasher, or putting dishes away, or cooking a meal, all of the chop wood, carry water, just being alive aspects of life will work together to bring you an enlightened state of consciousness, an awakened state of consciousness. And that awakened state of consciousness is your divine protection. I am guided, guarded, directed, and protected, and led into the paths of divine right action. And I am contributing to the transmutation of the race consciousness into a new era, into the law of harmony, into the law of peace. My God, how many thousands of years has the prayer been peace on earth and goodwill toward all humankind? And we're not there yet, but you can be there. You can be a place where there is peace on earth and goodwill toward all humankind, toward every race, color, creed, every nation, every continent, every way of being, every culture. You can be someone who embraces it all and knows that behind it is the underlying arms, which is harmony itself, which connects us and causes us all to be at one. If we begin to live from at one-ment, notice that means atonement, being letting go of those ideas that no longer serve the race, just as they no longer serve ourselves, our individuality, we begin to brighten the light that is coming from us. That brightened light returns to us as the divine law of protection. It returns to us as the divine gift of perfect guidance, which has always been there, but we have to choose it. And there's our 20 minutes. We came from the light to live beyond the race mind while contributing to the race mind. So it will require your discipline and mine to separate ourselves from the fears and doubts, and to be a place where the law of faith turn the fear to faith and the problem dissipates. And that's our work in the next couple of weeks. I wasn't going to be here this week, but then I got this request, right? That can you please address this? So I said, this is my week to be here. And I said, I didn't even know that email was going to come in, but I said last week, we'll be here live next week. Now, I'll be back in 2 weeks now. I won't be here next Tuesday, but I'll be back in 2 weeks. But now we have something to work on, don't we? We have something to work on to contribute to the transformation of the race consciousness while I'm allowing myself to live a life beyond the race consciousness and to see the demonstration of my life in health, wealth, love, and success, not only making it well for me and mine, but making it well for everyone who touches the arena of your experience. Let your light shine. You are something magnificent. I am Harry Morgan Moses. The only thing I ask you, after more than 5 years of doing Coffee with Casper, not asking for $1, not asking for money, not asking you to sell, buy anything, except step into your greatness. Step into your light. We are light workers in the one, as the one, with the one, bringing light into the world. Practice growing your light. Practice your vibration, becoming more happy, more joyful, more beautiful. Practice bringing the greatness that you are into the world into those who touch your experience, into those all around you. And that's our work for the next couple of weeks. You'll find your way to do it, your unique and wonderful way to do it, because you're a light worker in the world and you know what to do and how to do it, because it's coming from the I am within you that is the great light of truth about you. Who you are is something magnificent. And until we meet again, I invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Share this video in cyberspace, YouTube, FaceTime, your groups, LinkedIn, anywhere that you're connected in cyberspace. Let's invite more light workers to turn up the light, because right now we're the most important thing on the planet. We are the transcendent force that are bringing forth an awakening world. Thanks for sharing your light with me. We'll see you in 2 weeks live, but there are plenty of Coffee with Caspers out there in cyberspace floating around, just to help remind you of the who and the what and the great that you really are. Bye for now. Come on up, Casper. Okay, we'll see you live in a couple weeks. We'll see you in cyberspace along the way. Lots of love. Bye for now.